All right, you are seeing correctly. Uh, this is the reduction drive for the main tuning now. Uh, I got nervous. I went for a long walk and I realized I had done two versions of the video for the first reduction drive mechanism. And in my mind, I'm thinking about the person that said these radios get harder as you go bigger. And a lot of it's the documentation's just missing. And it's very frustrating. So I want to make sure that I do the reduction drive weighted. It's weighted with a leaded weight. I want to make sure I do it as good as someone did the SX42 clutch system. Guy did it. It was enough to help me along because I had taken it apart and I couldn't see what the hell was going on with the thing. And then I realized that someone else had been in there. And the reduction drive that I did on the last two videos, that was in the that one did the band spread for the ham radio. It's on the right hand side. And I started thinking about it. It wasn't engaged correctly. Did the person take it apart? Did I do a video? Was it in depth enough for the person? Was it wrong because someone had taken it apart? So the only way I could verify is I took the other reduction drive that goes to the main tuning out. Now, in order to get this unit out, you have to remove these two nuts on the outside and get the weight off, and then it'll come out of the radio. Now, these are quarter 20. All right, there's two. I'm pointing to it. Yeah. Fingernails are so-so. Quarter 20 nut. This one goes in against that one after that one's tight. Take this nut off. And these nuts, I think someone might have put something on the shaft. Anyway, okay, two nuts, two quarter 20s. Lock washer. This is a standard lock washer. All right. The weight. Now the weight goes on here with the insignia facing out. That's simple. That's real easy. All right, now here's the assembly. Now we're going to take this sleeve out if it comes out. Okay, sleeve comes out. Now I realized after I did the other videos, I don't know if you can see that cupping. It's undercut like a funnel. Here, this side straight. This side, the straight side, goes towards the weight. All right, that's something I missed. There's so much to this little piece of garbage. It's annoying. Now, we can take the shaft out, or move it forward, and take the washers off. Now, on the last one, there were several kinds of washers. You have the two copper washers. Here they are. There seems to be a little, on this one now, there seemed to be a little one. This little washer goes in between the two ones. Well, the other one's messed up. So I'm just taking this apart for the first time. So these washers have this little washer in between. Let me make sure it's all in focus. Okay, so somebody was in the other unit. And I started, as I'm walking, I'm thinking, you know, it was sprung loose from the disc, and I'm thinking you'd have to really drop the radio hard. Well, anyway, these are the two discs that go next to each other. And this outer one is cupped. Right side one's cupped, this one's straight. Yeah, this is flat. This is cupped a little bit. That little washer goes in between. And then on each side of the brass washers, there's one of these fiber washers. All right. Also, the spring washer. This is a wavy washer. You want this to rest straight on the back of this bushing here, and it lays flat on this, and only the two arms spring up. So That's what I just saw that's different. This little guy is in the two pieces of brass. The cup piece of brass goes on this side. It probably doesn't matter which side it goes on, but they're not both cupped, and that's it. I had to show you that, and then the rest is in the other video. I suspected somebody was in the other one. I really did, and now that I look at it, I can see both sides show an indentation of a washer. Okay. This one's sort of cupped a little bit, but anyway, this should get you a lot closer to getting it working than just freestyle. But one of the things I didn't see at first was this end is cupped in here. This little washer was in the wrong place, according to this one now. There's no documentation on any of this stuff. And I know this spring washer, from looking at this before I took it apart, it has to sit flat. And then when it sits flat, two sides poke out. And that's the spring mechanism. But I think that's it. You know, I did this video 2 other times because of other problems. All this stuff was stuck together on the other one. You know, people spray stuff into these radios, and I don't want to go off on a rant on that. There is a video, the guy just come out and said about deox, and then he ends up using it through a hypodermic needle rather than spraying, because he shows that when people spray the radio with deox, it oversprays on everything else. I knew that. I started telling people, clean contacts with an eraser. Don't just go spraying stuff. And people, they really think they're smarter than they are. I doubt myself all the time. I make myself crazy. I go out for a walk and I start thinking really negative thoughts. Maybe I missed this. Maybe I missed that. Other people, 1, 2, 3. Now you saw me take it apart. That's more than most people give you. And I noticed on YouTube, cat videos were dropping off. Nobody's watching them as much. And then some guy just did a cat skateboarding. I don't know if it's an old video. 24 million views. And I'm working really hard on my videos, just to practice, just to have something to do. And I'm lucky to get 50 views. Because how many people are going to take one of these radios apart? I know a lot of people will buy one of these radios, and then that's as far as it goes. Well, I'm going to get to it. And I make fun of those guys and the car guys. For some reason, YouTube keeps recommending me these videos. Oh, I found this car in the middle of the field. Will it work? I found this car alongside railroad tracks. Can I get it to start? And I constantly get that stuff recommended to me. I get other videos where the person has the radio running and they just move a few of the knobs and they talk and they don't know what they're even talking about. I get those recommended to me, which really aggravate me. This stuff's really hard because there's no exploded views. There's no real documentation. And I'm doing documentation as I go along because someone did it for me. A couple of the videos on YouTube were helpful. They weren't correct, but they were helpful. I got to see certain parts of the thing. Like on this mechanism, a guy aims the camera down through the chassis and mentions it, how the 2 washers grip the end of the phenolic dial that has the frequencies on it, and it's no real help because you got all these spacers and stuff floating around in there. But even this one could have been taken apart. I don't know. You saw it come apart. Maybe you saw something I didn't see. I think that's it. All right, that's it.